Hey, this is Annie.
And Samantha.
And welcome to Stuff I'll Never Told You, a production of iHeartRadio.
And we are back with another episode of watching Sex and the City with Annie and Sam.
Yes.
I'm just making up new as we go. But yes, we are back. We are in season 3, episode 7. We're doing pretty good. As we have been talking about previously, we are still looking for one of y'all to come and watch with us as well. I think we've picked out the episode, and it is coming up pretty soon. Not too soon, but kind of soon. So if you are interested, you do not have had to watch the show before. You don't even have to listen to us. And you're like, what's going on? Just be prepared. You might want to be prepared about us, not necessarily the show, just us. But to come on, have a viewing party with us and just talk about the issues that are related to Sex and the City and the nuances that is life and Sex and the City.
Yeah?
Yes.
We get into some heavy stuff sometimes. Not heavy, but deep.
We get into some deep things. Every now and then it takes like a turn. You're like, wow, where did it become in there? Like, we've had a few of those great episodes. So if you're interested, you can email us or you can send us a message through one of our many social media contents. Maybe not YouTube or Facebook because we're not on there much. So don't use that. But yes, we'll give you the information at the end of this episode so that you know who to contact or how to contact us. If you're interested, just let us know. We'll put your name in and we'll do a drawing and we'll let you know. Super easy. Super producer Christina is amazing and we'll go with you step by step. Yeah, I got this. And you'll be able to like podcast like a pro.
Yes. Yes. And if you entered last time and didn't get in, want to enter again, please do. All you really need is a good internet connection and preferably headphones, but not necessary. But yeah, please come one, come all if you're interested.
Yes. With that, yes, we are back and we are on episode 7. This is a happy hour. So if you are partaking of anything, please do so responsibly. Annie, are you partaking of anything?
Light beer. It's very hot.
Beer. It is very hot, which is what I'm doing with my sparkly water as usual. Black cherry flavor this time, y'all. Yes, I'm fancy. And again, we're not necessarily sponsored by any of the things that we're mentioning currently. Things do change, as you know. So, content warning, we're talking about sex and the city and many other things that are, you're welcome, that are involved with the show, nudity, adult language, all of that. Just for you to be aware. Yes.
Oh.
Yes, Annie. Get ready. This was a TVMA, one of the first TVMAs that I watched. Because I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
First, Annie, can you give us a rundown of what has been happening on season 3 for those who may just be joining us?
Okay. Yes. Well, Samantha is doing her Samantha thing. She's gotten into a lot of shenanigans. She's having a lot of fun. She's living her best life. Charlotte is on the hunt for a husband, but continues to find men with the strangest habits or behaviors. Miranda is with Steve after they've broken up and now they're back together, but I feel like they're still feeling things out and she's dealing with her I want to be really independent, but I like this guy kind of thing. And then Carrie, we started with like the breakup with Mr. Big and then meeting his wife, his younger wife. And then now Aiden, if you know anything about the show, Aiden has entered the picture and they are dating. There was a big conversation about lines and like what you will and won't do in relationships. And from there, Carrie decided to give up smoking for Aiden. So we'll see how that goes.
Very good, very good, very good. So this episode is going to be a little harder, I think, because the title is not as easy. It's titled Drama Queens. And I'm like, that's just them in general. But with that, can you give a prediction of what you think is about to happen?
I'm going to go off the rails on this one.
Oh, go for it.
I think... this is so silly. I think they're going to have a lot of drama while they are in Queens. In Queens? Yep, that's what I think. And that maybe they'll be kind of called out for being dramatic and then be like, are we drama queens? And they're going to go to a club.
How do you get so specific and so general at the same time? Like, that is the most general.
It's
they're going to be
cheating.
dramatic and being called queens, but also they're going to be dramatic in Queens.
I got called out for a teacher for this in high school once. She was like, you can't say every version of an answer.
I mean, you can. I'm going to make fun of you and take the points away. Oh, goodness. So, thank you. Thank you for those predictions in the club. Last time you said that you were wrong because they were the
It's
opposite.
a brunch. Yeah, it's a club or brunch. I'm trying to keep myself from guessing both, even though
Yeah, you
sometimes they
can't-
do both.
They do both. It's true. But you can't guess both. You got one or the other.
All right.
So the first guess was drama in Queens. Literally in Queens. So here we go.
For the first time in my life, I was in a relationship where absolutely nothing was wrong.
Oh, I was way off.
Not
Damn
yet.
it.
Not yet. I mean, you're not close, but
Smooth sailing, nothing but calm seas and blue horizon as far as the eye can see. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely, there's not a cloud in sight.
We adore each other, we have fun together, we mesh. And this is a problem? No, it just, well...
I feel like we've talked about this before. When you get in a relationship
and it's too
and it
comfortable.
like settles and you're like
Yeah.
that, because there's that excitement at the beginning.
And also, like, if you've been through like really traumatic relationships,
Yeah.
you feel like that's normal.
Mm-hmm. Me and my ex had to talk about that because I was like, I'm not going to cheat on you like your ex did. So please
Right.
stop acting like I am.
Right. Like, I mean, that's the thing where it's like, I don't understand where this is coming from, but let me go ahead and put this boundary here. If that's what you expect and that's what I'm going to be accused of, we're going to have to stop because I'm not living by that. Like, other
Right.
person's mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Can you get me some water, please?
What for?
I want to take a hit of Viagra.
Viagra.
Number one, that's very presumptuous of you. And number two, from what I can tell, you don't need any help in that area whatsoever.
Well, I don't need the. I just take it recreationally.
What does it do for you?
It sends me on a rocket trip right through your solar system.
Oh
What a lie.
my gosh.
Rocket trip right through your solar system. Sir. Sir, there are
I
creams
would
for that.
die laughing.
There were creams for that. I really love that Sam's sex scenes are so over the top and dramatic.
Yeah.
I have no
Yes.
I have no child. I have to think this. Because I was pretty impressionable that they truly believe that's what sex is.
I mean, honestly, a lot of sex in our media is not realistic at all. And it can mess you up.
Yeah.
So these, parents that are coming to town, would they happen to know what the hell's wrong with you?
Let's get you a donut.
Look, that line would work on me. Let's get you a donut. Let's go. I'm in.
Oh, that was funny.
Dennis, name one great single friend that you have to fix me up with.
I don't know. I've never met anyone that's desperately like trying to get set up. And I say this as a person with online dating. Like, that seems like, okay, this is easy, but to be like, set me up, unless they have someone specific in mind.
Yeah, I feel like I've like fielded interest between friends before, but it was
Right.
never like, go set me up. It was sort of
Right.
like, what's their deal?
Right. Tell me about them. They seem cute.
Yeah.
I tell you one thing, when your boyfriend is so comfortable he can't be bothered to wipe his ass. God, that's the end of romance right there.
Some things can go wrong, all right?
I mean, yes, that's fair, but he should honestly be handling that himself.
Literally.
Aiden's offering up both his parents on a silver platter, and I'm not sure I want to meet them.
Maybe it's too soon. I've never met Steve's mother, and believe me, I'm in no rush.
The irony
It
is
took me
Aiden's
a long
acting
time
exactly
for
the
my
way I
partner
wish
and
he
I
would've
to
behaved.
meet the
And I'm
family.
behaving just like
A
they
long time. I think like
Maybe
at
you don't believe
least.
it's for real unless somebody
So we
explains
had
how
started like kind of getting to know each other
When
before
things come
COVID,
too easy, they're
Mhm.
suspect.
like a couple of
Did it
years
have to
before
get
COVID.
complicated before
And
we
then
met
we went through
for real?
COVID together,
We're
and
raised to
then
believe that the course of true
then we
love
met the family. So it was
never
like a good
gets
4
smooth.
years,
There
I
always
think.
has to be
Wow.
obstacles in Act 2 before you can live
I feel like I
happily
met my
ever after in
exes
Act 3.
pretty quick.
What
I think
yeah.
they wanted to vet I wasn't
Does that mean there's
after his money, because he had some money.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
That was not a concern.
No, I was like, I'm good.
What would happen if I tried one of these?
I don't think they've established that it works for women.
There's no harm in trying, is there, Doctor? Bottoms up.
Brandon Sharp.
20 minutes later, Samantha officially became the first woman to land on the moon.
I don't think that's been proven, like clinically proven, right?
I don't think so.
Now I know I want to be with a man who wants to be with me. You know, I've had enough relationship drama for one lifetime.
So do you think you should be telling this to Aiden?
Miranda, it's 3 a.m. I'll wait until a more civilized hour. The next morning, I waited until a decent hour to call Aiden at the store and tell him how much I missed him.
As she wakes up her best friends,
If you called me with that kind of...
Hi, it's Carrie.
hangs up, never talks to me again.
This is not.
No, come on, don't leave.
You kept all of your great single friends away from me just so you could cheat on your wife? You should be ashamed of yourself.
You're such a spark plug. I love that about you.
I am not interested in starting some married man's car.
Wait, no, wait, don't leave. Don't leave. No, please, I love you. Please, I love you. Please.
Taxi!
Some good lines in this episode.
Yeah. She almost
Oh
died.
my gosh!
Are you all right? Hey, are you all right?
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
I knew he was going to show up. I've seen
Uh-huh.
pictures.
Kyle MacLachlan. All right, this was not such a dramatic one. Annie, there was drama, but not necessarily mention of Queens, and they definitely didn't go to Queens. They never went to a nightclub. I hate to tell you that. You failed on that one. You failed.
Oh man. I was on like a very short streak where I
You
was doing
were.
really well.
It had been working for you with like going with literal interpretations of the
Yeah.
title, which is why I was like,
Yeah.
this is a little more generic. So
Yeah.
it was trickery on this one. And we had an introduction of a pretty big significant other, Trey, which we will find more about later. And he does a great job in the next few episodes. I think he does a fantastic job. But yeah, like not so over the top, this one. Very, very low key. But we did see Big again. Pum, pum, pum.
We did. And we did have Charlotte almost get run over by a cab, which was
Got to be dramatic. A little bit.
yeah. So it did have it had its moments of drama for sure. I do find this conversation interesting because friends of mine have had it where they'll be with, maybe they've gotten out of a relationship that was pretty dramatic and now they're in a stable one that's really nice. And it's almost like they're confused by it. They're like, oh, he like listens to what I say and he doesn't get mad when we fight. Like we kind of, and it's almost them getting used to the idea of a healthy
Right.
relationship.
Right. Or just like a normal relationship. And when I say normal, in the aspect of like, there's no dramatic fighting or over the top disagreement where you're crying and screaming and always having to bargain with each other, or the like the notions of this. Sometimes it's just literally you sit around all day trying to figure out what you're gonna have for dinner. That's the next planning. With like, oh, we haven't gotten out of the house in a week. Maybe we should get out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and again.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're kind of like, there's something wrong with this.
Yeah, because so much of the media we do consume is the like, you're dating and it's so exciting and you're so attracted to each other and like,
right.
But then, yeah, there's the quiet moments with the laundry and learning people's habits and adjusting to lives with each other.
Right.
Which I think can also be really exciting and really nice. I've also heard, yeah, you can miss that other thing, but like where you are. Still.
Right.
Yeah.
I think being content is different than that. And sometimes you do get confused with being content as being boring.
Mm.
And then also that reminder of like, that you don't have to be that way. You can plan things if you want to. If you can afford things to do things, that's based on what you want to do. And if not, having a conversation about why not. All about communication, which you learned about at the end with Aiden.
Yes. And it is something that, again, through my friends, this is true fact
versus untrue fact.
I have a friend who is both. She's a combination of all the characters, I would say. So it's like all of us are, but I wouldn't say she's a Charlotte, but she went through a period where she was doing that, like almost like a job dating online. And a good friend of ours used to tell her, be less available. And I was always kind of like, I don't know. I don't know.
You do. Yeah. You don't want to be clingy.
Right. Yeah.
Like the level of like the whole like how long do you wait to text? How long do you call? Blah, 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 blah. It seems absurd. But also then it went to the other extreme of like love bombing and over the top and too attached and things crash quickly, which I've been through that and that's gross too.
Yeah. Yeah. And as we were saying earlier, everybody, whether you want to or not, on some level, you bring in the baggage from your past relationships into your current relationship. And you can deal with that. It doesn't have to control you in any way, but it is hard to let go of those kind of learned behaviors or even things you might have witnessed in like your parents or something like that, where you think that's how a relationship works. And it's like, oh, if they haven't done this, then they must be mad at me. Or if they haven't done, there's all kinds of insecurities that come into play.
Right.
In that can be hard to not get in your head about.
Relationships is difficult to not get in your head about in general.
Yes.
Especially because you're trying to play it cool.
Yes, you're trying to look like you don't have any baggage.
And then all the things come sneaking into your head.
They all come out, yeah. Yes.
That's being a dramatic queen. Not being dramatic in Queens.
That would have been so funny, though. If I had gotten that right.
If you had gotten that right, I would have, I don't know. I think I would just drop had you gotten it right.
I just mean they've done stuff like that before.
It's true. Oh, dramatic in Queens. Hey, listeners in Queens, are y'all dramatic? Tell us about that time.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Oh, sometimes.
Yeah.
It pays to be literal sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. There was definitely, you know, you got your friend now trying to cheat on his wife with Charlotte. Like that's pretty dramatic.
Yeah. Charlotte does not stand for that.
Oh.
Good on her.
She was not having it. Also, discussion of skid marks. I did not see that coming. That I can tell you.
You know, they're not afraid.
No.
To hit some of those, like, what?
Well, I foresee some drama.
Yes.
Now that Big has been spotted again.
into the wild.
Well, listeners, again, if you would like to join us for one of these, they're very fun. As you can tell, the conversation goes all over the place. You can contact us in many ways. You can email us at stephandiamomstuff@iheartmedia.com. You can find us on Twitter at momstuffpodcast or on Instagram and TikTok at Stuff I Never Told You. We're also on YouTube. We have a TeePublic store, and we have a book you can get wherever you get your books. Thanks as always to our super producer Christina, our executive producer Maya, and our contributor Joey.
Thank you.
And thanks to you for listening. Stuff I Never Told You is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, you can check out the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.